Today I will do my best to suck intensely. Hi guys, quick look at this car vacuum cleaner. It's a 12 volt apparently, 12 volt only, according to the plug. You simply put it to the car outlet, and yeah, and it runs. It has a small switch over here. Let me turn off the ignition. It has a, yeah, it will collect dust over here. This is a Black&Decker, let me see, PD1200AV, something like that. Anyway, this is the bigger model. They have the second model that is only a handle. This actually has the little pipe that will enable you to go to any kind of nook and cranny. It has two sockets, attachments, like something like this, and the second one is a really for the tight spots, and it comes with a little bag. Yeah, I guess that's it. And we will take a look if it's effective at all. Alright, so I work intensely to make sure that I have pretty dirty car interior. By working, I mean I didn't do anything for past half a year, and so we can actually test this and test the receptacles. As you can see, even though it's called Black&Decker, it's obviously maybe Caucasian tops for the size of the receptacle. If you don't know what I mean, check the link in the description. Yeah, there is a scene from Scary Movie Part 1 with a Henry vacuum, I think, and did the vacuum with a face. Okay, so let's try it out with only this one. Let me just start it. Okay, so it works pretty well with loose sand, but how about here? Absolutely nothing. I think it starts to rain, so I will have to, yeah, we'll have to wrap it up sooner. Let's try it out. Okay, so you have to loose it up, obviously, loose it out. Quick test before we cut here with this. Well, it's nothing much, I guess. I mean, this doesn't really help, this brush. Let's take a look inside. Here we are on the desk. It started to rain, so I had to move. What I didn't tell you about, it's a 6 amp motor. I suppose it's directly connected. We will see when I will open it. So let's start by removing the pipe, the little, yeah, elastic pipe. Oh yeah, and this is very delicate actually for a brush that you would use to loosen up some sand that's stuck somewhere. And you probably want to have something like that, a rougher version of that. This is, yeah, this is just for cleaning the tiles, but something like that. Or you could try actually cutting this in a half, so it will actually, by the being shorter, it will allow you to for it to be a little bit rougher, but you won't get into tight spaces, so it's not actually that useful. I think that this little attachment is actually the better one, so I would use probably only that, except for large spaces, so I guess this one. Right, so this is how you open it and empty it, obviously. It's quite nice, and here you have to spin this like so. So it enables you to remove the whole filter and clean it up. This one is it's okay to clean it up under the running water. So that is what's remaining here. Let's take a look. There are 2 screws over here, 2 over here, and 4 here. So I suppose oh yeah, I think I can also detach this one. Let's see. It is some kind of, yeah, not sure. Or maybe this is for that. No, not really. Maybe it latches to the second part, to this one. That's also possible. Oh yeah, I get it now. It's a power switch. Okay, so let me clean this a little bit and try to open it. I think I'll start from this part. Let me see if I'm able to unscrew this. These are really weird screws. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the cable is really long. That's a nice feature. You don't have to have any kind of extender or something like that. It would be cool if it would come with a socket that you can connect to the directly to the battery. But yeah, I suppose it's just a product for typical customer. They wouldn't do that even if they would have that option. So yeah, it's really long screws here. Let's see if what's inside here. Oh yeah, there's a clamp over here. Yeah, here we are. Oh yeah, great, it's empty. So yeah, I think this is connected directly, but I guess it's okay that I removed that one. Let's take a look. Oh, I know why is it. What's the reason for those holes? I don't have my fancy screwdrivers with me right now, so I guess this one has to suffice. I was also wondering, because on tracks you have 24 volts car installation, and I guess that would mean that this wouldn't work. It would overheat. Is there a clamp somewhere over here, or something I can push in? Not really. Okay, so these are the shorter screws, the longer screws, and let's try those. Let's just leave it as this. And yeah, oh, I just noticed it has a seal around the little motor. The reason it has a mechanical switch there, I mean mechanical switch on the case over here, I mean one of the reasons is easy use of this, but the second reason is that you will be limiting the dust that will come inside the little motor, because otherwise you would have the switch on the outside and it can get dirty and so on. So I think that's something good. And I'm done. Let's see. Okay, so it comes out like this. All right, so this 6 screws were the hole, and that's the switch. There's a spring inside, and that's all. Yeah, and here we go. There's a capacitor, small capacitor there, because this is a really ordinary DC motor. And yeah, so everything goes from here. You have an additional filter for outgoing air over here, and I guess that's it, guys. Well, I think it's called micro switch. Let's take a look at it for a moment. Yeah, there is a spring here, so I better watch out, and also a spring here that was pushing on the switch itself. So this is a 16 amp switch. If it runs at 220. This is a 60 amp switch if it runs at 250 AC, but 60 amp also at 16 DC. So yeah, because it's much harder to disconnect the DC current than AC, and that's the reason, because the the current doesn't go through the zero, and so it can basically stick two connections together, and it won't disconnect anymore. Alright, so let's see if I'm able to assemble it again. So it would go something over here. So there's probably a switch over here. Let's see. It disconnects the positive lead, so that's actually good. So the little spring goes over the little pin inside and then over here, so it actually pushes onto the micro switch, and then I have to put the actual switch over here, so when it's pressed it will push in the micro switch, and if it's depressed, so yeah, if I let it off, it will release the micro switch. So this is a momentary switch, and let's try to gently put it. Oh yeah, put this over. Okay, so I got so engrossed into putting it all together that I forgot to check the motor, and if you have any idea what those numbers mean, let me know in the comments. I couldn't find any details on it, and it has a very little shaft that's on two screws. So and that's basically it. It doesn't have any details on the motor itself. So yeah, and unfortunately, probably this is a standard 12 volt motor, so you should be able to get a replacement like that easily if it fails. So I suppose that you could buy any kind of motor that goes into models, homemade models. So yeah, let me put this back together and carry on with the video. Okay, so here we are. Well, I think this little vacuum cleaner costs about something a little above $45, because it was on sale, and then that was the reason I bought it. I thought it would be actually something helpful. It really isn't. If you have an option to use a normal vacuum cleaner, do so by all means. If you don't, you live in an apartment building or something like that where there is no socket for the power socket, then I guess it will have to do. Keep in mind that you will have probably to use some more brush or something like that to scrape the sand from the material in your car to start, because this won't do, and this is too delicate to actually do anything. So this attachment is really good. And well, generally that's it. I really like the little pipe, the flexible pipe, and yeah, it's pretty pleasant to use. A little too big to keep it in your car at all times, but yeah, something that you would take there and use. That it's fairly okay. I would wish they would actually go with something like 2 times as powerful maybe, but I guess that's due to the size of the little motor, and there is a lot of space, of blank space inside. So yeah, and if you have something really dirty, it will land over here in the exhaust of the vacuum cleaner. And I really liked the fact that you can clean the filter by yourself, and you don't have to replace anything, and you just open it and remove the dirt from here. So that's fairly good. And so yeah, is it worth it? Not really. Will I use it? Probably a little bit to get the worst dirt out of the car, and yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Keep in mind that you probably could replace this little motor, but it's not really worth it. Buy something more powerful, or find a socket simply. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you can, please subscribe, and see you next time.